BAU podcast, here's another episode 22. Yeah, it would be nice if you could record that way as well, like be on your job and that, try to do something. BAU podcast 22, episode 22, Rakeem is in the house, Adil is in the house,
Honey Love's in the house,
hey.
Everyone is in the house.
And on this episode we are going to be talking about
long distance relationships.
I like that. It's like you like
got that in it.
It's like you like
practice. We're there.
I like that. Here, take it away.
So okay, I'll ask a question. Do you think it's a pro or a con? What do you think?
Why?
Elaborate.
Okay.
It depends.
Elaborate. I think
depends.
Malibu, do you know Cardi? In the back seat, man.
Exactly. I thought you said you're gonna stay out of this and just.
I'm here.
Is it yay or nay?
Yeah, is it yay or nay?
I'll say nay.
Nay.
Yeah.
Oh, is it my turn? Yeah, I get to speak. Would you say yay?
Yeah.
No, I said nay.
Nay?
Yeah.
I would say yay.
Yeah. So it's a good thing, yeah?
It's a good thing.
It can work.
It can work, and I encourage everybody to do it. Shall I tell you why?
Okay.
This guy's just joking, man.
I'm not.
You encourage everybody to do long distance?
Yeah.
You don't even know what kind
Have you experienced it? Hold on.
No, first of all, have you ever been in a long distance?
A friend of mine has been in a long distance relationship.
No, have you experienced it?
Wow, there's a lot of eyes on me all of a sudden.
Yeah. Honey Love is on my side, cuz.
I see that. You're ganging up on me today. Okay, so I have heard that long distance relationships are good. It's healthy. Why, yo? You don't have to deal with
Haram to your mother. The cynic side of stuff is not what you're trying to say.
Astaghfirullah. I'm an honest
for this
man.
guy. Can I tell you?
Left hand on my chest, right hand in the sky.
He's agreeing to this, yeah, because long distance relationship, yeah. Number one, you don't know what the person is up to. Yeah, that's number one. Number two,
there's a lot of catfishing. You don't know how the person looks.
That's what I'm saying.
So, but you agreed though. You said it's a good thing.
What, catfishing?
No, you said no. Listen, a lot of girls catfish guys. And
I know.
Exactly.
Oh, a friend of mine knows.
In a long distance relationship.
Yeah.
And then you end up not even being the same person that you've been chatting to for the past 4 years.
When we say long distance, as in, say for example, I'll give you a scenario. Say for example, 2 people that live in the same city, whatever, they're in a relationship, and then maybe she goes off somewhere, and you keep that.
That's what we mean. Yeah, that's what I'm talking
where
about.
You completely 2 strangers get in it.
Okay, so you're talking about they've already married, and then they
they've just not even married, but they just met.
They met at least once.
Yeah, they've at least met once, and then obviously after
that, she goes off to
because nowadays long distance, there's people that message me. And they've literally met on social media. Never met each other.
Okay, don't do that.
Seen each other, and then it's he's gone there or she's gone there for them to get married. And then now they're married, they're having issues. Because technically it's Magaranea.
Did they FaceTime each other at least? Or?
No, I'm sure they've seen each other face to face, but there's a lot of personality clashes. The man's usually, a lot of the girls are complaining that he's controlling, even though he's in a completely different country.
Right.
How do you control? I'm thinking, Maskeen, like, how does that even work? She can say to you, I'm sleeping, and she can still be out there doing what she's doing. Like, how weather could control it. Like,
it's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
But the fact that they can do that, American Arab should put in perspective who that person is. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I don't think that's the man's fault. I think at that point, when she can be controlled from like a whole different continent. Like, do you know what I mean?
Crazy.
What's your personality? Not personality, your confidence level. Where's that? Like,
not only that,
it's like cyberbullying.
What is it going to be like?
What's
it going to be like? He's already doing the whole controlling situation from there.
Imagine when he's in your
when they're together. You know what I mean? So it just goes back to you could easily just lie. You could easily lie and just say, okay, I'm going to be home tonight.
Yeah,
my man might start calling 2 in the morning just to double check, but she ain't going to pick up. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a lot of white lies involved.
Thank you, sir. That was very discreet.
And you could also, you know what? Let me just grab this hot drink for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, in time I'll
get some tea in the house, some chai latte. Thank you.
Come on,
there you go.
So good.
My guy.
Listen, long distance relationships are healthy. It's good for the community.
How is it good for the community?
Because you minimize a lot of day-to-day activities.
Elaborate, please.
A
lot of day-to-day activities.
You eliminate a lot of.
Elaborate. I want to know your day-to-day activities.
Let me just translate what he's trying to say. Can I just translate what he's trying to say?
Let me tell you something.
Guys could get away with a lot of shit.
From in a long-distance relationship. Then they...
Well, I'll tell you a funny story. There's this guy that literally watched sort of like a meher video, wedding video. Yeah. And he was in Norway. Yeah. He was the guy that told me this story. Yeah. And it's actually based on himself. Okay. So he's like, I watched this video. Nice lie.
And he hunted her down.
And it's just like, he paused the video and he told another guy and said, who's that girl? And the other guy that he actually asked, he's from like literally back home. Okay. This video is being produced back home. So this actual wedding was back home.
Back home, okay. Yeah. So
So whatever you do, find this girl for me. Okay. And the guy actually did. And he found a girl. Hear this out, not only that, he didn't even think about going over there and actually meeting this girl and obviously sort of like trying to get to know her. That would have been at least alright. Yeah. Like over the phone. So the engagement, everything. Yeah. So just from the looks. My man just, I'm going for her, 100. That's it.
For all we know, she probably product herself and she ain't a lighty. So what are you going to do with the jeans?
This is what I'm trying to say. Not only that, this goes back.
You never thought of that, innit? Yeah. You and your lighty complex. Because all he's been doing all day is light to light to light.
Not only that, yeah.
Stop throwing me under the bus first
DNA.
This goes back to the whole makeup situation as well. The whole makeup, this goes back to it. Yeah. Literally, you don't know how she really looks. I mean, no disrespect to anyone, but, you've just sort of like just based her up on
looks,
just the looks. You know what I mean?
No personality, nothing.
Okay, but can I ask a question? Can I ask a question? Okay, looks, your personality, which comes first? Or which comes first for you?
Me personally, personality.
I'll go with that. I'll go with that.
Okay, so good. Okay,
I'll go with that.
No, wait, I got you.
No, but you know why I go with...
How can you see a personality from... I'm walking down the street. How can you see my personality?
No, it's got nothing to do with that. With looks, because what it is you can sit down and talk to somebody and click with them. It doesn't necessarily... Looks go. I think it depends on your maturity, how mature you are.
Like back in the days, people would literally just go for like the whole...
No, I don't matter Sini, because I believe... No, but
the thing is, this is a miscommunication. Going back to you lot's podcasts that you guys did, and this is a valid point that I did pick up on last time. You guys were talking about the whole makeup thing and, you don't like girls to be caked up or whatever. Now you're going back saying what attracts you first, the looks. How about I can tell you, I know. Look, if you went out tonight and you went to a shisha bar, for example, and there was hypothetically, and there's a girl there that has no makeup on, and then you've got a girl there all caked up. Best you believe you're looking at
for the caked
up one.
That's
but this is the thing.
You can't really say that because
you wouldn't.
No, because it's based on how the one with no makeup looks. She might look crazy. She might. I might be like, whoa, no makeup.
No, but that's true though.
That's relative. You can't really say that.
Makeup,
that's tough.
Without makeup, literally look really. Like I'll give it a strong 8, and I'm thinking that's without makeup. So imagine strong 8.
No, what is that?
Out of a scale 1 to 10.
A strong 8.
A strong 8 without makeup.
Nice, man.
Imagine if she had makeup on. So it's one of those
ones.
Yeah, but my initial first attraction obviously would be the looks.
Look, but girls can be good looking and have a stinking personality, and that makes them unattractive. Like
you were looking before you can get to the personality. Well, said that you have some sort of a physical attraction to them. Then you can get to the personality. And yes, you're right, because then you get some pretty people that have shitty attitudes.
I think with guys it's a lot different. With girls, come on, like you see so many stunning 10 out of 10 Somali girls married to some
average
or a level 0 Somali guy,
I think it's the perception, like the
girls would marry any, not anything but personality, and someone who looks after them or takes care of them or whatever.
I disagree. It depends. It depends.
I think. Well, I see where she's coming from. The girls.
Just stay on that side, man. I see.
You know what it is, yeah. Guys do have a different opinion on when it comes to like literally approaching women in regards to when girls are literally want to talk to a guy. Just what I'm saying. Well, that's true. There's a lot of good looking ones, that are literally with like.
And I'm not going to say that.
And you're thinking, okay, how does that work? But obviously, there's a lot of girls that do go for personality.
But let me tell you one thing.
They might just be
don't confuse
girls' mentality works differently. Some is how certain girls will say to you, I'd rather go for ugly guy because guess what?
He won't be hollowed out.
He won't be hollowed out, or another woman ain't gonna be. They won't get second wife. Listen, girls play a lot.
I think if you see a mid cheetah, no, cameraman. Listen, let me tell you one thing, yeah. If a guy somehow who's like a 0 a shake or a 1 somehow and a girl who's 10 with a Sudan, please believe it's called game. Don't like, you have to appreciate game. Like there's people that have game. Okay, I'll give you an example because we spoke about this in our podcast. I'll give you an example. Tell me how a guy who's in jail, he's doing 10 years of Dudon, right? How is he got girlfriends that are out here ready to marry him, that come visit him, give him money?
Regular visit.
That's a game.
And he's literally doing
game. No, it's not a game because guess what? Those girls, are probably girls that have got nothing to offer anyway. There's different levels to this.
Yeah, but why would they really come? Why would they really visit this particular guy in jail when they've got so many plenty choices out there? You know what I mean? Like, and guys,
some girls don't think like that. Some of them might be a single mother with low confidence or low self-esteem, and they thinking, you know what, come back. I'm telling you, let me just go with the flow. But then there's girls out there that say, you know what, I'm not even looking at a guy unless he's driving a BM or on a certain level or a degree or whatever, that won't look at certain guys twice. Right. So it's different levels to this.
Alright, so we went there's such thing as game, or no? Do you believe that there's people that actually have a good talk game?
There's guys that got a good talk game, but know that if they've got a good talk game, they're certain up to a certain standard of girls that they're going for.
Let me tell you a big issue with men and women. A lot of men somehow they're expected to do a lot of stuff. They do a lot of stuff. Somehow everything is expected from the man's side. Now I know there is this new hype of independent women, whatever. But for the most part, somehow the guy has to have the game. The guy has to have manners and chivalry, and he has to hold doors and pay for things and which is all fine and dandy. But I think if the guy has such a high standard, why is the woman only required to make up to someone and then carry a bag around her shoulder and walk around?
No, but then that's when you're if the guy's on that
certain standard, people like you are gangstered in.
No, but I always tell the girls. But I always tell the girls I speak to and I preach to, and I tell them, you guys need to offer something more to that, because at the end of the day, it's not even about him looking after you. You can be married if you're sitting at home and you're just a housewife and he's doing everything. What if he has an accident and he can't work again? Like, who's supporting your kids? Who's supporting your husband? Who's supporting your lifestyle? Hence why it's so important for women to be self-sufficient in this day and age, because anything can happen. 100%. And at the end of the day, if you're both working together to reach a goal, it's a better life for both of you and less stress for both of you.
I actually thought about this question, Hota, in sense of like guys that have game or that don't have game. There's a lot of guys out there that drive, but then there's a lot that don't drive.
Yeah.
Now, there's girls that would probably would want to go for a guy that doesn't drive. Like, I'll just give you an example. That doesn't drive.
Why don't you drive?
Well, she's a goon, you know.
Like my husband doesn't drive because he's a freelancer director, so he's also always on the go on trains or whatever. There's no need for him to drive. I drive. I ain't got a problem.
And this is the thing. This is the problem that a lot of girls don't have. No, but this is the problem a lot of girls have.
But here's the thing.
Let me. A lot of problems that the girls have is they don't know the reason why this guy's not driving. Does that make sense?
And that's another thing. And I tell girls, you don't know what this guy is gonna be.
He could probably afford a car. He can afford a car.
Or where he's gonna be. When I met my partner, he was in uni, but I saw potential in him, and I know, I saw his hustle and whatever, so I know where he was going to be. But I wasn't sitting there when I was choosing, a partner, think, oh my God, because he's not on a certain pay grade, he's not driving, no. Do you know what I mean? So, I went with, my heart, but a lot of girls like to tick. Like they go for
it's because do you know how you know what you know? It's because you know you.
Yeah, I know me, and I'm confident in my ability.
Exactly. Yeah. There's a lot of people that don't have that. They haven't grasped that somehow, and then they want to go out there and look for whatever or have standards. Right. I want a guy with this. You'll see some chick. Slayer, who's talking, I want a doctor. Who'll play a doctor? Who's he gonna tell
you? What have you got to offer? Are you a doctor?
You literally work at freaking Sainsbury's. Not that there's anything wrong with Sainsbury's. I shop there all the time. It's an amazing shop. But don't tell me.
Funny enough. Let me go into this. See, I told you about my Facebook group. This is, you guys are gonna love it. So. I do a little matchmaking thing in there, innit? Because we've got 33,000 girls in there. So a sister messaged me and she goes, honey, I've got a brother from London. He is a accounting lawyer, so he's very established. And he wants, basically, a girl who's a postgraduate, so he knew what he wanted. So I put it in the group. You would be surprised the amount of Somali girls coming up saying, who does he think he is? What do you mean he wants a postgraduate? What does he want? Hello, hold up. But when you guys have got standards, you can say, I want a guy who earns this. But when this brother is on a certain pay grade, why can't he choose what he wants to marry? Like,
that's so real.
Like, where you guys look, I seriously did that. Where's his picture? He's probably ugly. He's probably no, actually, he's not ugly. He's on a certain pay grade, and he wants a girl who can mentally stimulate him. He don't want. He's got a master. You know. How's he going to want someone who's a basic girl? No, they're not going to mentally stimulate.
Oh yeah, the bakery at Sainsbury's today was tough. And this guy just like made $1 million deal. Like,
and that's what, people forget that, you know, you need to be on the same mentality, because marriage ain't going to work if you guys ain't connecting mentally. What are you going to do? Talk about kids all day? And this is why a lot of divorce happen, because people all go for the physical attraction to begin with. Oh my god. Like,
now looks will fade eventually.
And looks fade. Yeah.
But we just went a little bit off field.
Very off field.
But like,
how's that off field? That's right there.
Yeah, a little bit off field. That's right there. Going back to the long distance relationship situations, now with the time difference as well, you have people that sort of like date within the same country, so let's just say within the UK, which is not too bad. Like, someone might date someone from here and the other person's living in Birmingham. Okay, that's not too bad. Like, time, you know, you can speak at the same time on the phone, whatever, see each other in weekends. And then it comes to countries. Yeah, so someone lives somewhere in Europe, and not only that, now there's continent.
Can I tell you something? Long distance is never going to work, especially with the whole influence of social media now. Yeah. Your husband's in your house and people are sliding in his DMs or whatnot because of social media. Imagine when it's long distance, the temptation's there.
Can you imagine someone living Can you imagine someone living in like America, like 5-6 hours of a difference?
You don't even know. You can't even spy on him. You can't even use Apple Finder and the crazy things girls do. I'm telling you. Oh, don't get it twisted. Girls do this shit, you know.
Oh my days. I like that one. Find my iPhone. I like that one.
That's a little tip for the.
You know, it's a whole new show.
I've got this to say. Yeah, I've got one to say. Yeah, I've got this to say.
A lot of girls have trust issues.
Another
and then Arur Markada shit. Why? You're a single mother. I might as well be a single mother. Like, how are you raising kids by yourself? He's in America working, you're in Somalia or Arabta or wherever.
You're going against the grain. We're nomads, right? So back at home.
This is 2018. That's 19.
It doesn't matter now. This is in our bones and it's in our blood and our flesh.
Well,
when
you tell me there's
a girl,
would you wanna raise your kids without a dad?
No, I wouldn't want to raise.
You want to be there, right?
I want to be there.
Exactly.
But here's the thing, right?
Because you can see what's going on within our Somali youths and kids with absent fathers. Fathers really need to be in the house.
Focus on the topics.
No, but it's still part of long distance. It is though. It's still part of it because a lot of these kids are being raised without a father because of this whole Somali.
But long distance that you're talking about within the marriage, you do have a lot of guys. I'll give you an example that go back home, get married for someone from back home, and then go through this mad hustle, paperwork, whatnot, trying to get this person here. But even if they get the person here, it goes. Well, it takes about 2 years. This is another thing. The girl, not only that.
He's good for that.
We need a whole episode just on that, man.
He brings her over here, so now she's in a whole different environment, like a different environment. She comes from back home, now she's in a different environment. Now she's in London. So, you know what's there? Like, this is exactly what I'm trying to get to. It happens.
That happens to.
But let me say one thing. Okay, so even if the father is in the household or not, long distance or short distance, whatever, however those kids turn out, that's qadar Allah. right? You can do your best. You're right. There should be a male figure in these kids' lives, whether he physically lives in a house constantly down or he's grinding for them. Because sometimes you have to understand, maybe this guy had no other option but to make So what about that guy who's going hard for his family, who doesn't have all the time in the world to be there for the kids? He's trusting the woman to take care of the kids, hold it down, let me go grind for us. Because someone has to grind. I'm grinding for us.
But my man doesn't have to go to a whole different country just to grind.
But you can't tell. Third world countries, tell them what's going on. You don't know someone right now in what he might need to go out of our.
I'm saying it's a different circumstance. Being in the Western world and being in back home is too different.
That's different. You're talking about back home.
But even here, if your grind ain't solid enough, you can't find a job. And let's say you find a job in, I don't know, like, let's say there's a lot of people, other European countries, I'm one of them, right? They come from like Scandinavian countries, Hollandese, whatever, and then they come here. But maybe family, the family likes it here. To work because that's easier for him. What about that guy? He's in Europe, he's cool. He needs to do that because he needs to grind. What I'm saying is, Marka, you leave that bit with the kids, you leave it up to God, you try your best, you're in their lives, you're advising them, you're around as much as you can be, but you cannot charge it all to the game and say, oh no, Ragwa Dekatagamba is finished, that's how the kids turn out shitty. I know enough women that raised, like, I grew up in a single parent home. You see what I'm saying? And there's plenty of others that are sensible, that are doing their thing, somehow have to have something between their ears. So Qadar Allah is what it's the main factor.
No, there's
a lot of influence out there, I know, but if you say they're worried about my kids are going to turn like to crackheads or junkies or whatever, hey, you can't even stop that anyway, because the biggest their kids turn out crazy. Right. So you can't.
That's why I say always trust how your parenting is. Otherwise, leave everything else to God.
You could be the perfect parent.
I've seen it.
Still have kids just turn out crazy. You know what I mean? So
no, but I think there's different levels.
There's different, but it's a lot harder when it's a lot harder.
I'll give you that 100%. Especially if it's not working. So when they're not working together and say there's a friction or there's an issue or no contact bar, that's even worse.
I think I know what the point that you're trying to make. The point that you're trying to make is when the mother and the dad are literally not together at all. So now she's gonna have to raise the, let alone like medical for his family. So now she's gotta get money in for her kids and work and give time to her kids and all of that, bring them to school, do the whole cleaning, cooking,
no, because what it is there's girls that message me, Hadda for instance, there's a lot of, everyone knows there's a lot of Somali brothers that go back home, get married, or go to back home, they go to Kenya, whatever, third world countries, get married to these girls, they come back to the Western world, they're carrying on with their life, and they don't go back. So now it's bil kilo madirayo, everything. But then these girls are still stuck in a marriage. It's a long distance marriage.
It's intention. It's because Murki is horrible. There to do that. What's his intention? Is it pure to actually start a family? Because maybe like he wants to find a move, or is he an idiot?
And then it's also these girls as well are in the wrong because they see all these boys that come from Western world and all they see is the red passport. So they think, let me try my luck and get my whatever. So then they're silly enough to go there in the first place because
the ugliest one here. One here could probably get the piffest one over there. That's just why I say it. Like a father from here, literally, or low life, could go over there and just be like, you know, pick and choose what kind of you know what I mean?
Because he's just got the passport, which they don't even think.
Really? Okay, how it works.
But like literally, what I got
and what it is these girls need to understand. Hello, getting into the UK is not as easy. He needs to be at least on a certain pay grade, have a property. That's a whole different list that these guys need to go through.
We're talking minimum 50 or about between 20 to 50 grand just to bring the husband can. How can? And then when she comes here, imagine if she throws around it. Oh, he'll be pissed. You know what I mean? Like, she'll meet different people, you know. Everything that she's been seeing on TV, finally we are like, oh, London Bridge, I am.
London Bridge.
London Eye, I am here.
Wow, wait, London Eye.
The man is at the ATM.
Seriously, so girls, don't be fooled when these Western boys come.
What's the message you want to give? Like in regards to that, like what's the message that you want to give?
Like literally, like if we're talking about back home, don't be fooled. Just because he's got a red passport, it doesn't mean you're going to come to the UK. Seriously, there's no guarantee.
Honest, there is a chance of you getting there.
There's 5%. Let's be real, because majority of these guys that go back home, I'm telling you, their mother's probably telling them, so leave her ass back.
Like, quick question: what's the point of that? Because I know the way I see it, right? And I've obviously grown up around Europe somehow. The way I see it is, if I get married, I want to live with my wife and my kids. Like, do you know what I mean? I want to have that.
I want to ask you this, Hota. Could you see yourself, Hota?
I don't understand why I would never ever marry someone back home and say, "How and I'm over here." Because I would want to share my life with that person.
No, definitely.
Like, on a day-to-day.
Some of them were probably grown up in a household where that was happening, or the dad's used to having his freedom and doing and you know whatever, and so it's
true.
You're a product of your environment.
100%.
So
I got a question for this guy. I got a question
Go
fire one at you.
Go on.
Look at it. Wait for it. You see yourself,
Yeah.
Would you actually go for someone back home? Just in general, like, would you, like, you know,
in what context? In what context? I'm moving there and I'm gonna live there and marry someone, or
it doesn't matter either way. Whether you're gonna live there or bring her here.
Of course, I'd consider it. Yeah, I would.
You would.
Yeah.
All right then.
I think for me, it's more.
But you would bring her, though.
Yeah.
And you would bring her. You wouldn't leave her there.
No.
I just go once a year, have a baby, leave her back, and then...
To me, that's well. Like, fair enough to anyone who's doing that. To me, I don't understand it. Why?
You don't understand the whole
concept. Personally, I would want to wake up with the person. I would want to do things on a day-to-day basis. I want to see them. I wouldn't want... and then like a phone call.
And then coming back, long-distance relationship.
Why for you? But I encourage anyone who... I encourage this, right? This is real talk. I encourage anybody to do what they see fit. But be smart, like you said. Be smart. If you can see how many other girls already like that are just there hanging out with kids, and someone comes with Kusot on top, use your fucking smart, like use your brain and say, okay, I don't want to be the 10th girl in this little area. So be smart and stop, like, because I think a lot of times how can people think that it must, like, money must be growing on trees? That's more than mentioning it.
Student you know what I mean? Like, it's one. And look, me personally, I'll tell you this, I would not consider even getting married to anyone from back home. And I'll tell you why. No, it's not only that. I'll tell you why. Number one, okay, you know, she's on job, like cooking, cleaning. Like, I'll tell you
your
why.
mentality is totally different. You might have the same Somali culture, but you're British. So your mentality is different.
But I'll give you one little example. The little one. What toilet? Okay, problem. She'll have problems with toilet.
Why? Oh, we can flush it. I don't want to flush.
You know what I mean?
Like, you guys, they have normal toilets back home.
No, they do now. But I'm just saying, like, majority of them.
When's the last time you've been back?
Yeah, it's been a minute, but it's been a minute.
Oh, you're white up there on Thai side. They have better showers
but you know what?
than us.
Majority, honey, the majority of houses over there, you know how it is though, right? Well, listen,
the houses I've been into are perfect. They're better than Queen and Haggard.
Yeah, dimensions.
Majority of houses I've been. No, I'm saying like just the toilet. The majority of toilets.
What's with the toilet, man?
The toilet, my
the typical huggy way.
That's what I'm saying.
The squatting
10 years ago, like man was there 10 years ago.
No. We've upgraded
cameraman is feeling me on that one. You family.
Yeah, it's upgraded now. Toilet.
No, but I'm just going back to the part where I said looking, just in general, like we're not just on the same mentality. Definitely not.
Yeah, I can
especially if I go over there, like, and live there. That's probably going to be my first time living there. I've only been there on a holiday, maybe longest for 3 weeks, if I've ever been there. So those couple of times I've been there, it's been about 3 weeks. But even her bringing her here, it's just going to be a whole different madness. What gotta tell you? Like, it's just her dakan, everything is just going to be a bit, I wouldn't say too much.
There's going to be a clash.
It's going to be a clash. Miss Family Son, in a sense. I'd rather have someone from here that still has a culture, dakan, of Somali, you know what I mean? But still has that vibe of, you know what I mean? Like,
That's real. That's real. Okay, so just to wrap it up in the end, what do you wanna, like? Although you got your art collection, talk to the people about.
Talk to them.
That's why I say what Dawlad we are. Talk to us about the businesses and that.
The business is basically I'm a bit of an octopus, so I dibble dab. I call myself an entrepreneur. So like anywhere I know I see an opportunity, I'm going for it. Like I know what I'm capable of, and I'm good with the networking and marketing and that. So I can literally turn anything to whatever.
Into
gold. And with my networking, as well as I've managed to find amazing collabs and females where, you know, they've probably already started their brand and they've said, you know what, honey, we'll offer you 50%, whatever, join in and just move this to another level. So then that enables me to do different stuff. So R&R is the latest project I'm on, and we started 2 years ago. I just happened to meet Jamila. We started my Facebook group together as well. So someone I met on social media, that's why it's so important. You never know who you're going to meet on social media. Jamila started R&R, and funny enough, we talked about this on the other one, and I should have said, and she met, I had a profile, and she messaged me, she goes, honey, walalo, can you promote for me? And I said, all right then, because she went to a couple of other girls and they wouldn't do it, and I was like, you know what, it takes nothing off me, and I promoted the collection for her. Now, we're actually doing this in business together under her brand and just, you know, taking it up the level. So we've got diras, we've got bridals, and hopefully we're going to be going into the wholesale of diras as well, and wholesaling worldwide. So that's one project. Obviously, I'm in Weather with you guys as well.
Come on, family.
Content producer for Weather Network. So excited to
So where can they find this on? Just a quick...
The R&R, we're on online. It's an online shop, so it's www.rrcollection.co.uk.
There's collections with an S, isn't it?
Yeah, collections with an S. Good boy.
What about Instagram?
Instagram, same. RR Collections with an S.co.uk is the Instagram.
And your Instagram?
My Instagram is it's _honeylove. You'll find me that. My Snapchat is exactly the same as well, and you can find me on all those platforms. So yeah.
All right, there it is. It's another BAU podcast, episode 22. And make sure you follow us on Instagram. That's BAU247. One word.
Yeah. And quick shout out to We in the Vault, which is at Swirlys, down in the dungeon in the vault. That's where we record our podcast episodes. Nice. Yeah, man, and they do all sorts of
desserts. Oh, they're delicious.
Delicious desserts you've had. Like
I had the crepe, very nice. Their chai latte is actually better than Starbucks.
Amazing. Keep it locked right here, BAU Podcast 247. Peace out.